welcome. Good evening to this special broadcast on India Today. I'm Akshita Nandagopal, standing in front of the beautiful Vidhan Sauda, the iconic building here in Bengaluru. Over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to get you all the latest updates, and there have been so many in the last 24 hours alone. From a breakfast meet that took place between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, to the politics continuing unabated, to now news breaks coming in on what the High Command plans to do. We've got you covered with all of those updates, so stay tuned as me with my colleagues get you all of the latest updates here from the city of Bengaluru, the latest on the Karnataka Game of Thrones.
One meal, one table, one message. From power play to bonhomie over breakfast. Idli, sambar and Karnataka's future on the table. Unity message served after Siddaramaiah-DK's meet. Faction fade out or face saver. Is all well in Congress camp? Karnataka Game of Thrones. That is our top focus on India Today.
So we'll talk about that breakfast meet that took place this morning. I was there outside Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's residence from 8 a.m. tracking those updates. So we'll tell you about that. But let's begin with an exclusive news break here on India Today about when the High Command will finally decide. It's the million-dollar question, honestly, here in Karnataka. But here's what we're picking up. Our sources tell us that a decision is likely by Monday. So the next 48 hours is crucial. It looks like the High Command has decided entering into December. They want to ensure full clarity on what's going to happen in Karnataka, or so we hear. Changes are possible in both the Karnataka government and the KPCC. So what that means is essentially if, let's say, a DK Shivakumar is elevated to Chief Minister from the Karnataka Congress Chief, expect a churn in the party too. So it will be essentially a two-front churn that you will be looking at by the High Command. The third information we're picking up is that Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar are likely to be summoned to Delhi. When will that happen? Well, you're going to see a number of crucial meetings taking place in the next 24 hours. Once that happens, we should have a more detailed timeline. There was talk that DK Shivakumar was headed to Delhi today, but again, last minute seems to have changed his plans because he decided to go about his other schedule here in Karnataka, in Bengaluru. Now, what we're also hearing is that in today's meeting that took place between Rahul Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge, state leadership was also discussed. And this is important because going into the 2028 Karnataka elections, the Congress will want to figure out what is their strategy. If they want DK Shivakumar to be the face, should they then be going ahead and making space for him to be the Chief Minister right away? Now, another information that we have is that there will be a second round of discussion that will happen tomorrow. Today, there was a meeting between Rahul Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge. Tomorrow, there's a possibility of Sonia Gandhi also being a part of that huddle, which will happen post 5 p.m. is what we're hearing. And that's the next scoop that I'm focusing on, that Sonia Gandhi is likely to be a part of this Sunday meeting. Remember, she's not been in India, which is why she's not been there to take any decisions. Then the question comes up, are they completely reliant on Sonia Gandhi right now to take a decision? So these are the details we have for you, and it gives you a sense about what kind of a timeline we're actually looking at. I'll bring in Sagai Raj for more details on that exclusive news break. Sagai, take it away. What really have you been able to pick up from your sources? Are we expecting a decision in the next 48 hours?
You've noticed that there was a meeting today with Mallikarjun Kharge and Rahul Gandhi in Delhi where they had discussed about pros and cons of any kind of decision, whether it is for or change in the leadership in the state of Karnataka. And they have also discussed about the KPCC chief and office bearers change. And if at all, if there is change in the government, and in all possibilities, there might be change in the KPCC office bearers as well. So they had also discussed about Deputy Chief Minister and Chief Minister summoning to Delhi. They will take a decision, and once the decision has been taken, both of them will be summoned to Delhi. And the final decision will be taken tomorrow, where Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, in all possibilities, even Sonia Gandhi will part of that particular meeting. And the outcome of the meeting probably will decide the future of Karnataka Congress government in the state.
Yeah. All right, thanks very much, Sagai, for getting us those exclusive details. Tomorrow there's one more meeting, likely today. Rahul Gandhi and Kharge have met. Tomorrow Sonia Gandhi could be a part of that meeting, and then there could be a decision by Monday, by December 1st. Sagai, thanks for those details. We'll continue tracking that. But let's talk about the other big headline today from Karnataka. The breakfast meet between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, pictures of which broke the internet, went completely viral. Let's talk about the takeaways before we get you a detailed report of exactly what transpired in that breakfast meet. From the pictures that emerged, first, it was very clear that there's no personal animosity between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. They were comfortable in each other's company. They were clearly being very at ease, expected because they have a great working relationship. So it wasn't really expected that immediately you'll see some hostility. So that was the first takeaway. Second, through their entire press conference, neither Siddaramaiah nor DK Shivakumar uttered a word about their ambitions of Chief Minister. Neither did Siddaramaiah say that I don't want to be the Chief Minister anymore, nor did DK Shivakumar say that, I no longer have ambitions of becoming a Chief Minister. So that remains a constant. Irrespective of the meeting, the optics, those ambitions remain, which means the headache for the High Command very much remains. So the onus is still on the High Command to step in here, end the suspense, ensure that DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, they pick one between the two leaders. Not an easy decision, but ultimately it comes down to them, as reiterated by both the leaders today in that breakfast meet press conference, when they said, High Command will decide, we'll adhere with whatever the High Command does or says. Now, another big takeaway, if you look at that press conference, is that this united front and the pictures that came out of both of them saying, nothing's wrong, we are united, was to end the BJP opposition narrative that this bickering is costing governance, is leading to administrative failure in the state. Important because there's an assembly session that's coming up in Karnataka in a few days from now, on December 8th, and the BJP has been talking about pushing for a no-confidence vote. To ensure that that narrative doesn't get pushed forward, this message of unity was very crucial. But mind you, nothing's changed after the breakfast meet. And what's very clear from that is because, there have been pressure tactics that have continued. DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah both continue their pressure tactics. Nothing's changed. Both want to be Chief Minister. The High Command has to decide. Only that they're saying that, look, we're together. There's no animosity between us. But with those ambitions continuing, it's very clear that one way or another, if the High Command doesn't decide, it will boil over. Let's get you our detailed report now of that breakfast meet that took place early this morning at Siddaramaiah's residence, where a discussion about who could be the Chief Minister, what will happen, what does Karnataka's political future look like, was had over hot idli, sambar, chutney and upma.
After weeks of confusion, cryptic posts, and not so subtle social media jibes, the Karnataka power drama finally reached its big moment today. After the Congress High Command finally stepped in and cracked the whip, the meeting everyone had been waiting for finally took place. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar sat down for a one-on-one over breakfast at the Chief Minister's Kaveri residence. Idli, sambar, chutney and upma was served, but what was really on the table was the future of Karnataka's leadership. Post-meeting, the two leaders held a joint briefing. Siddaramaiah insisted there were no differences, no rifts, and that both leaders are now laser-focused on the 2028 Assembly elections and taking on the BJP and the JDS unitedly.
You are united and there is no differences between DK Shivakumar and myself.
Shivakumar matched that tone, saying the party is fully united, there are no factions, and whatever the High Command decides, he will stand by it.
As far as political issues is concerned, the leadership issue is concerned, we go by my party High Command. Whatever my party High Command tells, it is our decision. We have been a loyal soldiers of the party. At topmost, we all are the basic party workers.
The Congress High Command was clearly happy with what it saw in Bengaluru.
Nothing will happen. Congress will be united. They are together now in Bengaluru. Okay.
The curtain on the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister's meeting may have fallen, but the climax is yet to unfold. Beyond all the optics, the fact still remains that the Congress top brass is yet to comprehensively answer the core question of whether the Chief Minister post will be rotated. It may be addressed though on Sunday when the High Command holds a meeting in Delhi, one that may write the next chapter of Karnataka's power saga. For now, the big question remains: who gets the chair and who settles for a compromise? With Akshita, Nandagopal and Nagarjun Dwarkanath in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, so let's open this up. Joining us on this broadcast is S. Prakash, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We have Nikhil Jain, political analyst, and R.K. Upadhyay, senior journalist. Namaskara. Thank you all very much for your time, for joining us here on India Today. Mr. R.K. Upadhyay, I'd like to begin with you on what you made of the breakfast meeting that happened today, sir. Did you buy the all is well images, the picture that was painted?
No, Akshita, I remain very, very cynical about the whole thing. Of course, the optics were very good, and finally, I think the two leaders met specifically for this issue of breakfast at the prodding of the High Command. It's not that they met voluntarily. The High Command had to prod them. Please meet at breakfast and then show up before the media to say that everything is honky dory, which is exactly what they have done. So that doesn't mean that anything has gone away. Of course, it shows that Siddaramaiah has won the first round. My hunch is, he has conceded nothing so far, absolutely nothing so far. After saber rattling for the last, say, 4 or 5 days, what did Shivakumar achieve? Of course, he got the High Command to get Siddaramaiah to talk to him directly on this issue. But did they discuss anything substantial? Did they come out with a roadmap as to what should be the roadmap for handing over power? When will Siddaramaiah hand over chief ministership to Siddaramaiah? To Shivakumar? Nothing of the kind has been worked out. I think it was a very sweet meeting where they said, they put the blame on the media and the BJP, and they said that they're together on this issue, and they said that they will go by the High Command, whatever the High Command says. So this is just a band-aid put on the wound, and I'm sure it's going to open up very soon.
Maybe these discussions happened off camera, we don't know, but at least on camera, the mention was that, there's no difference whatsoever, the High Command will decide. But Nikhil Jain, when will the High Command decide? Look, let's not pretend there's no problem here. DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah may say figment of imagination, but there have been enough hints that there is a crisis in Karnataka that needs to be addressed.
Now, Akshita, if the BJP likes to stir up conspiracy theories, I can't do much about it. Fact of the matter is that you have two gentlemen who are supposedly sparring over the seat of the chief minister. They're coming together, doing a press conference together, meeting the media together, and they're talking about how there is no rift between the two of them. The High Command has not made any statement. The leadership of the party has not made any statement with respect to either of them being removed or either of being DK Shivakumar being placed in the CM's chair. Everybody knows that DK Shivakumar is a very strong leader of the Congress in Karnataka, and Siddaramaiah is the chief minister and a people's leader. There are no two doubts about it. And of course, there do exist camps and factions within the Congress party, as they do in every single political party. Every MLA wants to become a minister, every minister wants to become a chief minister, and that is how it should be in a democratic setup, because what sort of democracy would we have if we don't have internal democracy within the parties? And when there is democracy, there will be disagreements. There will be some discord. And that is exactly what we saw pan out, that there were certain disagreements. Those have been settled by the High Command. And I think we should more be focused on what the Karnataka Congress government is doing for the people of Karnataka. Are they living up on their promises? Are they delivering the right social welfare? Are they doing the right infrastructure and development? So far, I see that they can do a better job, but they're doing a good enough job so far. I think that is what the focus should be. But the BJP has tried to just, pan out this entire issue for the past 1 or 2 weeks, while themselves not answering that.
Nikhil, if you're seeing non-stop factionalism camps being created, there will be questions. There will be questions about governance first. Secondly, the point that you mentioned about the fact that, both of them together, I don't think anyone thought there was any personal animosity between the two leaders. They have a great working relationship. But having said that, both have the exact same ambition. And irrespective of what happens, it's unfair, Nikhil, that this continues and drags on the manner that it is. It's unfair to the two leaders themselves.
No, actually, I think like I said, every minister aspires to be a chief minister. I think every politician aspires to be a chief minister, and that's perfectly all right. And I'm sure it's not just Mr. DK Shivkumar who wants to be the CM. It is Satish Arkioli, Dinesh Gundurao, Priyank Khadge, BK Hariprasad, G. Parmeshwara. Pretty much every minister would want to be the chief minister, but you only have one CM, and that is the game of
The
politics.
problem.
So long as they're running the government properly, I think that is what, as a citizen, as a well-wisher of the people of Karnataka, that is what I look to. And one thing I wanted to say that the BJP has tried to
Sure.
stir this thing up as something very wrong that is happening. They are the same party that a month ago had their entire cabinet in Gujarat resign. Let's not forget that on the 16th of October, every single minister other than the chief minister was made to resign and the cabinet was shuffled overnight. Nobody asked them questions. Probably India Today did, but other than that, there was not, it was the amount of public discourse that this supposed spar is having. The BJP did not face even 10% of it, and that's the problem I have with this entire thing.
Okay. Okay, let's raise this to the BJP. Mr. Prakash, are we making a mountain out of a molehill? Is this a conspiracy theory being pushed by the BJP that there is this, oh my God, big crisis in Karnataka?
See, he is unnecessarily bringing BJP into this. If DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah had the cordiality, they could have met our breakfast meeting without a phone call or from prodding from the central high command. Do they need to meet only after they get a phone call from the Delhi office? It clearly shows not all is not well between the two. Even after the breakfast, DK Shivakumar or Siddaramaiah did not announce we are not in the race for the chief ministership. DK Shivakumar should have announced, no, I am not insisting for the change of leadership. He never said that. He said, once again, he said, High Command will decide it. What does it mean? He has kept the issue alive. They lose election after election everywhere and put the blame on vote chori. They don't want to introspect why they lose the election. Here they create problems for themselves. They are fighting for who should be the next chief minister for the last 3-4 months, ignoring the government. And when the issue becomes, when the issue peaks, they put the blame on the
Ignoring
Bharatiya
government.
Janata
So,
Party.
Mr. Prakash, elaborate on that.
Party.
We are seeing, like for example, let me give you an example. Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar yesterday were a part of a government event that they were invited for, scheduled to be there. They were there. They attended it to the capacity of Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister. They didn't say that, we're not going to be a part of this event because it will mean that both of us have to face each other.
No, the issue has not come to that stage. Definitely, yesterday it was a government program and Lakshmi Hebbalkar had organized it and both of them had attended it. That doesn't clear the air, madam. Why DK Shivakumar, after eating idli, dosa or upma, did not say, we are not going to disturb the government, we are not going to create uncertainty over the continuance of the government. I am not in the race. As a KPCC president, my interest is to safeguard the government. I will accept Siddaramaiah's leadership.
Why couldn't DK Shivakumar just clear the air, end the suspense, say very clearly that, look, Siddaramaiah is the chief minister, Siddaramaiah will be the chief minister. What stopped him from saying that if, this is all manufactured?
Akshita, the problem with the BJP is they always want everybody to say exactly the words the way they want, and I'm sorry, but that's not how the country works. That's not how a democracy works. DK Shivakumar will talk in whichever manner that he wants, so long as he's not being impolite like some of our friends from the BJP. And also, what, after this entire discussion and what has happened with the meeting today, what feeling I'm getting out of it? I think BJP is that nosy neighbor who always thinks that the couple living next door is going to get a divorce.
Set your house in order, sir. Why do you put the blame on BJP?
Sir, why are you so bothered about it? Please.
I'm not bothered.
You are the opposition, sir. You are the opposition.
We are the opposition
So
and there is uncertainty. It is our duty to raise the issue. If you don't know, in democracy, the duty of the opposition is to raise the issues. Show the government the mirror to them. You speak about democracy. When we speak in favor of democracy, you are objecting to it. What is this double standard? Even here.
Sir, you are the opposition in the state of Karnataka. Of course, you took over a year to decide on the leader of opposition, but I'll not get into that. You are the opposition.
How many days you took the decision to make an
responsible
opposition leader in Haryana, sir? Please. How long you took
one at a time, please. Gentlemen, one at a time. One at a time. Nikhil, go ahead. I'll give you a chance to respond, Mr.
Don't divert
Prakash.
attention. Please focus on Karnataka.
Nikhil first, please. Nikhil finish and then Mr. Prakash.
Sir, you are the opposition in Karnataka.
Okay, Nikhil
You have
first,
a
please.
very
Mr.
important
Prakash, I'll come to you after that. Nikhil, go ahead.
Mr. Prakash, your party is the opposition in Karnataka. You have a very important responsibility. You should ask the Karnataka government what are they doing with the five guarantees? What are they doing with the new IT city that they have announced? When will the IT city be made? Over a lakh MOUs were signed. Sorry, over 600 MOUs I think were signed, bringing promising over a lakh crore of investment. You should ask the government when will these MOUs be implemented. You should ask the government that are they planning to increase the expanse of the social welfare schemes that they're talking about. You should target the government on these questions, sir. Not कि आपके घर में किसने पराठा खाया, किसने बटर लगाया, आज डोसा खाया, आज इडली खाई, झगड़ा हो रहा है, वो ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा है, ये ऐसा नहीं बोल रहा है. Let's just stick to issues of governance. You all have a very important role. Please do not trivialize it by getting into all of this.
Kill.
Okay, Mr. Prakash, quickly your response, and then I bring in Mr. Upadhyay.
Yes, madam. Can I speak?
Yes,
Can
yes,
I
please.
continue? We are only demanding give governance to the people who have voted you. We are not interfering in the DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah differences. You don't read the newspaper of Karnataka and you're sitting in somewhere else and saying that we are not raising those issues. We are on the street demanding justice for the farmers, sugarcane farmers and corn cultivating farmers. Please read. There are 700 crore rupees worth subsidy, milk subsidy is pending. We are demanding government to pay that amount. More than 2,000 crore rupees is due to KSRTC under the free bus scheme. And all those institutions are suffering. We are only focusing on demanding the government to provide a good governance. People have voted you, not for fighting amongst yourself. That is the duty of the opposition
Mr.
party.
Upadhyay, let me bring in Mr. Upadhyay. I'm running out of time. So final word to Mr. Upadhyay. Do you think that the people of Karnataka, sir, that the people of Karnataka are also feeling maybe disappointed, maybe let down by what's happening? Is governance actually suffering? Or are Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar doing their duty as Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister, keeping aside this power tussle?
Not really. The Congress spokesman was saying that the BJP is peeping into the neighbor's room and trying to find out whether there's going to be a divorce. But it's all happening in the open. They're fighting on the streets. So one doesn't have to peep in at all. So the point is, I think the High Command has been most reluctant to solve this problem. What they achieved today was just to get the good optics out of Karnataka. Both are together and there's no danger to the government and so on and so forth. But there has not been an inch forward. It has not moved an inch forward. Has it? Is there any indication except the fact that Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge had a meeting with Rahul Gandhi? Yes, that meeting has happened in Delhi, and they might have discussed a few issues. But is it any indication that this problem will be solved in the next 48 hours? I'm on dots because I think since the Parliament is starting on Monday, and then the Assembly session is going to start on 8th, I'm sure the High Command will put off the decision until these two are over. So that will be, 19th of December. So that being the case,
we're hearing that by Monday there will be a decision. If it's not, if it's pushed further, we're going to see more, as cliched as it is, Nataka in Karnataka play out. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on this broadcast. To Nikhil Jain, to Mr. S. Prakash and Mr. R.K. Upadhyay, thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us. Now, we've seen, of course, this huge political discourse, as you just witnessed in this discussion as well, between the opposition and the Congress over governance in the state. Even as you had this breakfast meet happening, the BJP and JDS came together today for a meet to decide whether in the upcoming assembly session, which starts on December 8th, is happening in Belagavi, because this is the winter session, will they be moving a no-confidence motion against the Siddaramaiah government or not? If the Congress High Command doesn't sort this out by then, we could actually see that no-confidence motion being brought on the floor of the House. Let's get you that detailed report.
A show of strength.
We go together. There are no differences between me and DK Shivakumar.
And a dare to bring it on.
They are telling that no confidence motion will be moved. It will also face it. Or adjournment motion if they want to bring.
With his deputy by his side, the Karnataka Chief Minister asserted the party is ready to face all challenges unitedly. Even as their rivals mull over bringing a no-trust motion against Karnataka government, while the Chief Minister and his deputy were breaking the ice over breakfast, the opposition BJP and its ally JDS held a key huddle over the ongoing power tussle in the state. The meeting was attended by Union Minister and JDS leader H.D. Kumaraswamy, leader of the opposition R. Ashoka, and other senior leaders of the alliance, who launched an all-guns-out blazing attack on the Congress.
There is no development. Several issues which has taken in previous government, those works is continuing. Not fresh work in this government, it is not there, only to grab land, to loot the state. That is going on from last 2.5 years.
Power sharing 2.5 years, 2.5 years is there or not? They have to tell. They are nothing telling. That's why entire in Karnataka, the administration is collapsed now.
CM and Deputy CM both are in a very egoistic attitude. They are not ready to budge an inch. Therefore, the High Command is compelled to think of the other alternative. So, in this context, a dark horse might emerge in the state.
Meanwhile, the Grand Old Party continues to face backlash from its own leaders. Senior Congress leader Veerappa Moily has taken on his own party leadership for the ongoing chaos, warning that indecision could cost the party another state.
I think rather it is a negligence of the Congress leaders who are allowing this impasse to develop.
While Karnataka Home Minister G. Parameshwara continues to aspire for the Chief Ministerial post.
Somebody wants DK Shivakumar as Chief Minister, somebody wants Siddaramaiah-ji to continue, and somebody wants me to be the Chief Minister, and somebody wants somebody else. So you cannot stop the aspirations of the people.
It's a sobering reminder for the Congress leadership, both at the state and the centre. Any cracks in this show of strength will be a door for the opportunists to take advantage of, both from the opposition and within their own ranks. With Akshita, Nandagopal, Nagarjun Dwarkanath, Anagha Keshav and Sagai Raj. Bureau Report, India Today.
So the politics, no doubt, will continue unabated here in Karnataka. But the action is shifting from Bengaluru to Delhi. So I'm headed back to the national capital to promise, of course, and continue get you all the updates of what's happening in Karnataka. But it's a wrap from me, Akshita Nandagopal, here in Bengaluru, here in the Vidhan Sauda. It's been my absolute pleasure to be getting you all of these updates. And as I wrap up this broadcast, in case you're trying to keep track of all of the political twists and turns that have been taking place in Karnataka in the last few days, we've got you covered. Coming up on the other side, I bring you a special broadcast from right here, from the seat of power in Bengaluru, on all that's transpired in the last many days in this Karnataka Game of Thrones. Enjoy this broadcast. Thanks very much for tuning in. I'll see you Monday from Delhi.